Our next guest has been described as the Bear Grylls of Dapto, and he has a knack for catching all kinds of wildlife and dangerous animals, all with his bare hands. And now 28-year-old Andrew Ucles has just completed what many would think is the unimaginable.
Yeah, he's a bit of a YouTube sensation, this bloke, and it's now the first documented person to walk 568 kilometres, if you don't mind, across Arnhem Land from one side to another, and he's done it with nothing but a horse to assist him. And Andrew and his trusty steed by the name of Arnhem join us now from Humpty Doo in the Northern Territory. Andrew, g'day to you. Extraordinary feat. This 42 days, I think it was, crossing Arnhem Land. First question, why?
Great question. Arnhem Land was a fear. It was a fear of mine. You know, it's such a big landscape out there. And I guess the fear of being lost and helplessness is something that always scared me. And going and trying to tackle a landscape like that is one of my greatest fears. And I wanted to take it head on, and I could only do it with a noble steed. Yeah.
Well, Arnhem
I can't take all the credit.
Well, Arnhem certainly is that. It looks like a wonderful companion to have with you. But this didn't happen without incident. You lost your tent in a fire. We can see your hands slinged up there. You broke your hand. You also sprained your ankle. What sort of conditions did you experience out there? It sounds like hell.
It wasn't an easy task, that's for sure. Look, I think the landscape within itself, you know, when people think of like Arnhem Land, they think of this very vast and flat kind of landscape. It wasn't that. It was hills, it was escarpments, it was rocks, it was treacherous. And I guess what people don't know is I went into this situation with a horse that was essentially half wild as well. So we had to develop a very close relationship and bond out there, and we had to work together. But, you know, I think the greatest call for concern out there was walking from point A to point B, trying to find water. You know, it doesn't matter how great you are out there in the landscape, 3 days without water and chuchi, like, you're dead. So it was tough. It was tough.
Well, it looks like Arnhem's anything but wild, almost having a bit of a snooze in the background there by the looks of it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not the first crazy thing.
I think we both need some rest after this, eh?
No, mate, it's not the first crazy thing you've done in your life. You've got over 500,000 followers now on YouTube, and rightly so. There's some pretty wild and, I guess, unorthodox things you've been up to. You've got no fears here, do you?
Yeah, like, I don't know. Well, that's the thing, you know, a part of my pledge is about bringing people closer to nature. And, you know, I think there's a lot of fear out there with a lot of the animals that we have, not just here in Australia, but all over the world. And I guess a part of my pledge is, you know, obviously educating people and talking to people about conservation, but trying to lose that fear, because at the end of the day, we're part of the animal kingdom. You know, I hate to say it, like, we are animals. So, look, I believe that part of my mission is closing that gap. I think once we do start to close that gap and we do start to reclaim our relationship with nature, we're going to love it and respect it more.
So what's your next challenge?
That's definitely part of my goal. Probably keeping it alive for a while. I had the idea of trying to swim from Australia to Papua New Guinea, so that's going to be fun. But I guess... yeah, just being out there in nature and the outdoors and just, loving life and bringing people out there with me. You know, I really enjoy that. I love that.
Well done on getting across Arnhem Land with Arnhem. And, wow, if you try and do that swim, you're going to need another companion for that, I would have thought as well. So tip of the hat to you. You're a little bit wild, but I think that's just how you like it.
Well done. Give Arnhem a pat for us. Good effort.
That's awesome.
Terrific stuff.
Is awesome. I'll give him some carrots.
Excellent. Well done. What
All right, thanks, guys.
Effort. It is Spartan out there.